You know, I know how to make junk look good, and this junk does look good.
All right, I know I haven't made a video in like a really long time, but I've been busy working and I'm on night shift for winter now, and I just haven't really had any motivation to make a video or really any time. I've been plowing snow a bunch and stuff like that, just working a lot. But I like to get back on this shit again, and today I would like to paint the bumper I got, get some paint made for it, and I gotta sand it and a bunch of other stuff too. A couple holes need filled in.
So here's the bumper. It's one I got out of LKQ, just off of like one of these, just a work truck. It's a work truck bumper basically. But I wanted it because it doesn't have the trim that goes around here, and it just has the flat pad. And then obviously the chrome bumper would have had that trim piece there. Then I would have to fill in all those little mounting tab deals for it. But this is the cleanest bumper I could find at the junkyard. I mean, it's got a dent there, a couple little dents, a couple little holes I got to fill in, like right there. Those two on the front side of it. I think it's gonna look better with the bumper on it. We'll see. I think it's gonna look good when it's paint matched over the roll pan, but we'll see. I don't know. I think it's gonna look cool. And then here's the brackets that I could not get off the truck when I was getting the bumper. I got the two side ones that come out at an angle on both sides, but I couldn't get these off the truck. The truck had like a weird hitch on it. Couldn't get the bolts out. So it took me forever to be able to find these. Like, I looked on eBay, couldn't find any, Amazon, nothing. I randomly just got on LMC and I was like, oh, whatever, I'll look. Figured they'd be expensive, and it was really pretty decently priced, which is kind of surprising. There used to be like a lot more, you know, material here on this one too, but I had to notch them to get it to fit because I put an X brace in the back of my truck. I'll show you here in a second, but to get that to fit, I kind of had to cut it up, but it fits now, so I'm not gonna be pulling a trailer with it, so I wouldn't be too worried about, you know, it's fine. This is the S brace that I was talking about that I put in. I cut out the factory cross member and then put this bad Johnny in there to kind of keep the frame from twisting. The back of the frame would both the truck would kind of do something like that. I put that in there, it fixed it. Obviously, when I put it on, I didn't have a bumper, and it's like directly where the bumper brackets go, so I had to basically just notch it so it fit over that, but it works pretty good now. With all that being said, finally out of the way, probably hear my truck in the background warming up. I'm gonna go get some body filler, maybe some sandpaper. I'm gonna get some paint match paint. I took off the fuel door jobber on this unit so I can have them scan it, do whatever they do to make paint. Get a few cans of that so I can paint match this bumper. Got the paint and some primer, a sanding block. That's it, and then obviously my fuel door. Hopefully this shit's all right. I've used it before. This is a different brand, but this is where I've got it mixed before from here, so we'll see. I took a couple stickers off. I pulled off the little black tread jobbers too. These are the holes I need to fill in. Weld those up, grind them down, get them close enough. A little body filler will be all right. I'm debating on putting a washer in here too and welding that up while I have it all apart, because I'm not gonna, obviously don't have a trailer or the spare tire thing on there, so that'd kind of be cleaning up a little better too. And then this is the dent I gotta fix. I don't really know if it'll pop out really that much. So probably just be like just like, oh yeah, gone, good enough, done. But other than that, this is the best bumper that I could find there. I mean, it's mostly straight, so all the rest of them always, because it's a work truck bumper, so it always has all the shit pounded out of them. They're always really dented up, or they were really, really, really rusty. Now this looks rusty, but it's just surface, and the inside was super greasy, which was good, so it kept it from rusting, so I cleaned all that stuff off. Might put a coat of paint on the inside. I think first we're gonna start with welding these up, and then I'll debate on if I want to do that or not. So cue the time lapse. seen me struggling with was, instead of trying to fill that whole hole in, both of them with just welding wire, I was trying to tap in little 1/4-inch nuts to the little filler. I was trying to tap those in there really easy, and it kept falling in, so I had to use a magnet and kind of like get it to where it kind of hang on a little bit, and then just so I could get it in there enough. But I'm gonna let these cool down for a little bit, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, chuck it in the drill. I'm just gonna take it over here and just kind of like let it real slowly turn it down so it's nice and symmetrical. I'm gonna try to get it to where it is, right here, get it to it fits in there real tight, and then try to like maybe get this corner welded first and kind of like pound it to where it kind of contours so it's nice and flat, and I'll weld the center in, and then nice and diluted. Alright, so some time has passed. I already ground this stuff down, got it smooth, good enough to put a little Bondo on there, both sides. I took all the paint out of each of those so it's all bare metal too. I got this close enough. It's obviously not done, but little Bondo looks great. When I was grinding this and this, I could start seeing the outside of the hole again, so I put 5 tacks on the back side of it so it can't come out. I was kind of worried about it falling out. Got that done, and I got this kind of ground out too, so I can just kind of be done with it, because this is too thick to try to beat out. I know it's going to be a bunch of like high points where I'm hitting it with a hammer, so I think it's just going to be easier just to cover it up. We're not going for perfection here, we're just going for about a good 10-footer. So now we'll start mixing up some Bondo, start laying this on here, start sanding her down, and then after I get that done, I'll probably have to start working the paint too and start getting that smoothed up again. All the rust spots down to bare metal too, and then prime it again, and then yeah, should be pretty good. I got all this sanded down with 220, so it's, it's mostly smooth. I got all the rust that was up there kind of smoothed out so it'd look all right. I just put a second coat of Bondo on this. Bondo, filler, whatever you want to call it. This one should be pretty good. These are going to be close enough too, because it's going to be covered by that plastic piece like I was saying. And this one might have a slight dip in it, like right there maybe. And we'll have to see when I sand it again, but the rest of this should be pretty good. Once I get this one dent pretty smooth, then I'll just primer it and start painting it, because it should be pretty close. I'm pretty happy with this as it turning out. Like, I'm honestly kind of surprised the way it actually as good as it does look. Over here, I filled in a crack right here too. I welded that up and then grounded it, but I'll take the DA and smooth those grinding marks out again too. And then the rest of this stuff up here is obviously going to be covered by the steps, so I'm not too worried about that stuff. All right, well, I think I got my spots here that I did. I think I got those good enough. I know this is pretty good. This feels great. So this feels pretty good, looks decent enough. It's not perfect by any means, but it's smooth enough to where it's not like a big, you know, smashy mark in it. So I think all this is probably ready to be primed. I think I got all of it. So yeah, we're gonna start priming this up and see how it turns out. So it's I guess part 2 or day 2 of this. I primed it last night, like you guys seen. I let it dry. I wanted to let it dry all night, trying to let it just cure or whatever it wants to do. I guess it's just, I mean, it pretty much is dry in an hour anyways. It's just primer. But I might just kind of just wipe it off, start painting. I don't really feel like I need to Scotch Brite or anything. It's already kind of got a rough surface to it from it being a primer. So yeah, you can see I got everything back there already covered up just to be safe. I am happy with the way this turns out. I'm not a body guy, but let me show you. I mean, for there being holes here, and it looks pretty good. Especially, I'm very impressed with this. Like, there was a hole, you know, like that big there. You can't even tell it was there. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I have, you know, some hands. I can just like, oh, a little more sand, a little more. This is pretty good too. You can still kind of see it for sure, but it's not like a giant, you know, crater in there either. But I think this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it for being, you know, it was like $100 or something for this bumper. Yeah, I'll wipe this off and we're gonna start spraying this and see hopefully if the color matches. I'm hoping it does. Had the mixed paint before because I painted the front bumper on this with the same stuff, but I'm hoping it works out. It's not bad. but you can kind of see some spots are more shiny than the other. And that's 2 whole cans. I don't know why, but with this pre-mixed stuff you can get, it doesn't really has a really good shine to it unless you clear it, which it's, you know, it's enamel, so you don't have to clear it in quotations. It seems like every time I've gotten this pre-mixed stuff, like the color match to make a spray can, it always needs to be cleared. Like I had to do it to that front bumper too. And then I had to do the same thing when I did the rockers and Capricorns on my blue truck. Now I get it, it's enamel. You have to like really lay it on there thick for it to really pop. But I'm not gonna use all my 4 cans I have just to get that on there and then have the risk of getting a run in it versus, you know, a couple coats of clear and it'd be done with it.
I'm probably gonna let this, I guess, cure for an hour or 2, and then I'll probably put a coat of clear on it and then see what it does and then let it dry. I'd really like to put the bumper on tonight, but I don't know if it's gonna be dry enough to without getting a bunch of fingerprints in it and stuff like that, or have it be really, really soft. But I'd like to at least let it cure for a little bit and go run and get some clear, and then clear it, and then put this bad boy on. Looks pretty good. I think it's gonna look great on the truck. I had it up, mocked up a couple different times, obviously not painted, but I feel like it's gonna really make the truck look great. I don't know, I think the rear bumper's gonna look sweet. It's gonna look great.
Now, I mean, there's a couple dents I can see now. You can kind of see there's one right there. There's not a dent somewhere else, but there's a couple dents on this side I probably could have got out, but it's fine. I'm not a body guy. I never went to school for this. I just kind of, you know, wing it. Oh, it looks great. Let's try that again. Oh, nope, that didn't work. Let's try that. You know, I know how to make junk look good, and this junk does look good. Got some bulbs too for the license plate lights. And what's ridiculous to me, what's ridiculous is that these damn things, $18 for 2. And if you get on eBay, you can get a whole pack of like 10 for $10. But whatever. And I got clear too, so hopefully this jobber looks great. Definitely think that the clear was definitely worth doing. I'm gonna let this dry. I'll put on here what I have, the license plate lights, the license plate. I have got to get those out of the roll pan, those little square license plate screw jobbers. I still got to order the little plastic piece that covers that up, but you know, for right now, good enough. I have these two, these little step pads. I was gonna buy new ones, but they're really expensive, so I'm just gonna put those on there. And I think, you know, once, you know, like way down here, you know, I'd be like, oh yeah, it looks great, and just walk by, roll like that. It's gonna look nice. You know, for me having a couple $100 and painting this, primo. Well, you can see I got it on there. I just kind of threw it on before work a couple days ago just so I can get it done and on there. It really wasn't that much stuff to record, obviously, just me, a couple bolts, you know, putting those license plate things on there, the step, and then license plate basically, but really wasn't much to record. It does, however, still look just as good without recording it or not. It still looks great. I couldn't be happier with it. I think it looks awesome. I don't know if I'm even gonna put that little plastic piece in there because I kind of think it looks kind of neat. I wish I would have at least filled those in with like I did with the washers for that hole over here, but it is what it is. I still think it looks awesome. And honestly, for spray paint, it looks pretty good. I think it needs probably a cut and buff, but obviously I'm gonna let it cure for a while before I even mess with any of that.
And with all that being done, I just want to say thank you for watching and see you guys next time.